50 years ago, every company had a personnel department. The personnel department's job was to take little blobs of clay off the street, stick them through an extruding machine, and yield workers. And all workers were the same. And they walked in step, and they showed up in step. It's all the same. It goes all the way back to scientific management. All of our ways of viewing people come from scientific management. But we've learned to paper over the reality of that with some nice bumper stickers. Nobody has a personnel department anymore. Now they have human resources departments. And the human resources department's job is to take blobs of mud off the street, stick it through an extruding machine, and make it into an employee. All employees look the same, they dress the same, they show up at the same time. Everything is the same. The only thing that's changed is the name. The problem is that even today, when there are so many people seeking jobs, the people that you really are hunting for are not interested in being picked up by blobs of mud, shoved through an extruding machine, and turned into a robot. You have to change the way that you hire and develop talent. It's a very new way of thinking about employees. Employees truly are talent, not blobs of mud. Now, every HR function in the world does a talent review process. How it works. They always do the same. They look like this. You're an executive. You're given a list of your employees, and you're told to say two things. What performance has this employee had? How well has he or she done? And how much potential does this employee have, i.e., how many levels up could he or she go? Performance, potential. The two elements of talent reviews. Sounds great, right? You can know who are your good employees and maybe who are your long-term talent plays. Obviously makes sense. The problem is that 100 years of social psychology have shown that you believe people are better to the extent they're like you. If asked to rate someone, two people who are exactly the same in skills, ability, and performance, you will rate the one who looks and acts like you more highly than the other one. So talent reviews don't work because fundamentally you're going to say that the person who looks and acts like you is better than the one who doesn't, which means over time your organization will get more and more and more singular and less and less and less diverse. And yet hundreds of studies, including some of mine at Rand, show that teams that are diverse, teams that think differently, that act differently, have different backgrounds, have different educational strata, etc., diverse teams yield better answers every single time. So the HR revolution of talent reviews is actually working against your organization. You're making it less and less likely you're going to win because you're becoming less and less diverse. You don't hire for diversity because you want to be EEOC compliant. You hire for diversity because you want to win. That is the key element of hiring. You have to hire differently to ensure that you get people who aren't like you. It's always easiest to hire people who look like you. It's always easiest to promote people who look like you. It's easiest because you like them more. Obviously, you're going to promote them more. However, that's a bad way to run a business. To be a high-performing company, you need to ensure that you have those diverse perspectives. Hire people who aren't like you. Promote people who aren't like you. In fact, hire and promote people who annoy you because they're more likely to be diverse. Do whatever it takes to ensure that your next employee is nothing like your last.